You never know when fate will call on you to perform some feat well beyond, way beyond what you perceive to be your limitations. My message, quite simply, is you're capable of doing anything you set your mind to, and that's not useless rhetoric. Your capabilities are so great, you can't imagine what your capabilities are, given the circumstances, the need, etc. Individuals can and do make a difference, a big difference in life. The power of the individual is overwhelming. We always sell that short. We never really focus on that. But the fact is, although we tend to think in many cases that we don't make a difference, nonsense.
You are now about to meet a really great leader, a man who knows as much about performance under extreme hardship, pressure, and suffering as anybody you're ever likely to meet. Colonel John Ripley is the most decorated and revered combat Marine in living memory.
At the end of March in 1972, the North Vietnamese enemy attacked directly across the demilitarized zone with the intent of ending the war. There was enemy armor en route, tanks, and they said at least 20. Turned out to be 200 tanks, not 20. 200,000 enemy arrayed in 14 divisions, attacking in 3 different places. This was an extraordinary, unbelievably large force. If we were to stop this massive attack, the only way to do that, virtually the only way, was to drop the bridge. I had managed to get north to a position south of the bridge. The intent was to go up there and destroy it. I would discover very soon I had none of the proper equipment. The enemy by now had surrounded us. As I said, I had one chance. I would be up to bat once, and I had to hit a home run. And all this while the opposing team was throwing their bats at me. The slightest lapse in judgment would mean death in a blinding flash, and worse, infinitely worse, failure of my efforts to stop what was obviously a war-ending massive invasion. However, in the middle of this, I realized that it was Easter Sunday. I began to imagine my children at home emptying out their Easter baskets, and this began to overwhelm and distract me. And this is exceedingly dangerous when you get distracted working with explosives.
For 3 hours, Marine Captain John Ripley risked everything in a desperate attempt to blow the bridge at Dong Ha.
Colonel Turley tells you over the radio, got to blow the bridge. Does he know how difficult this task is going to be?
It was entered in the log that after he gave me the order to do it, he turned to another Marine there and said, "I've just sent John Ripley to his death." Many people were shocked. Why did you go back? Well, there's a lesson here. The job is never done. There's always more you can do, always. That's what I call the value of the second effort. And the second effort, let me tell you, invariably is the effort that ensures success. They finally worked and the bridge was destroyed. That made an enormously happy day for everyone. The enemy would not pass Dong Ha, at least not now, and their enormous invasion eventually failed.
The Colonel is absolutely inspirational. To hear a story that has such historical relevance, as well as it's so applicable to sort of day-to-day work, day-to-day life, you know, and he does such a great job of sort of pulling those two things together. It's an absolutely intriguing story to begin with, to share that experience, but then to also really draw some business parallels was fantastic for my group.
You have within you capabilities which you cannot imagine. I'm not talking about just the physical aspects of what this involved. I'm talking about the psychological, the spiritual, meaning within your spirit. You can do these things. When you're challenged, when you have something that really means something, you have within you the ability to make it happen. And I stand as testament to that, because I certainly didn't think I had the ability. Well, I'll stop there, and then you'll hear more later. Thank you.